What's up, beautiful people? It is your girl, Kim White, and I am reporting to you live from my messy bedroom. Excuse the mess, y'all. I'm packing. Anyway, how have y'all been? Oh my gosh, I just wanted to come and check in. It's been almost 3 weeks since I posted my last video, and I am so sorry for that. I'm working with new technology, and I'm having issues with exporting the videos that I recorded. So, charge it to inexperience, but we're on his iPhone and we're just gonna make it happen, okay? Also, I want to thank everyone who watched my last video. It was my most viewed YouTube video, and I truly take it to heart that encouragement that falls on my heart is worth sharing. So I plan to do a lot more of it with this channel. Thank you also to the new 104 subscribers, maybe in counting, that I got. Hey y'all, hey. And truly, if you resonate with the vibe, please comment. All of the comments really fed me. They fed my soul. So as I build this community, I know it will be video at a time, but it will also be one conversation after another. So again, thank you and welcome to the video. Well, as you can see, I'm packing. It is a mess back here, y'all. I'm getting myself together to stay abroad for the winter. So the place that I'm going to, I'll reveal soon. But before I make that stop, I'm actually spending a couple weeks in Thailand. So I plan on sharing some of that with y'all, letting you know, my take on it. For those of you who don't know, I've been solo traveling for the past year and a half now. And it's been an incredible experience. Just being able to experience yourself as a Black woman, as a single Black woman, in other places on the planet, and absorb what that feeling is like. It is so humanizing. It is so healing. And it has been extremely life-changing for me. So much so that I, packed up my things from Houston, moved back in Detroit, with my mom for a few months so that I can reposition myself to stay abroad even longer. So yeah, solo travel can completely change your life, and just expanding yourself can really change your life. So that's the point of this channel, y'all. I am a spiritual person. I love esoteric studies, numerology, astrology. I believe that the galaxy is made of, zeros and ones. I truly do. And so these are things that I'll be talking about on this channel, including encouragement. I believe that spirit is in all things, and spirit speaks different languages. So I don't necessarily subscribe to one thing, but I am fed by so much that I want to share that. So this year, I'm in a personal 9 year. For those of you who don't know, in numerology, if you take the day of your birth, so like August, that's the number 8, 14th, whatever. You take the day and the date, and then you add that to the year that you're entering in. That will tell you the personal year number that you're going to have. So every number in numerology has a different vibration and frequency assigned to it. And if that number is over your life, that means that that's the energy that you'll be experiencing. For instance, with me, a number 9 is a year of closed chapters. It's a year of getting rid of what I don't want to go into this next year for me. When you think about numbers, you think 0 is the first, and then it goes to number 9, and then it repeats. No matter how big the numbers get, it just 0 to 9, right? So this has been an incredible year of changes. It's been challenging. It's broken down thought processes and things within me that I needed to let go of. It's brought some things up that were staying dormant, that needed to be purged and detoxified from my thought process and my being. And that's not an easy task. It's not. But it has been so worth it, because I'm ready to go ahead and introduce myself with my 1 year, which is actually starting now, into next year. And so once you get into your 1 year, it's more of a reestablishing of oneself, who am I now? You know, allow me to reintroduce myself. That's the energy that the 1 year gives. And so there's a lot of power in it. It's a masculine number. It's a number of reinvention, so on and so forth. If y'all want me to do a numerology video of my understanding of the number breakdowns and what it looks like from a personal year perspective, let me know. I'm happy to do it. I talk about this stuff all the time. But yeah, y'all, I want you all to know that I'm in a 9. Well, I have been in a 9 year up until November. November changed my energy frequency into a personal 1 year. Universally, though, we are entering into a 9 universal year. And what that means is that we are going to see major changes happen. Things that we're used to are going to be done away with. And for many of you that, you know, are in the US, have been watching the election, you know that this is coming down the pipe. There are plenty of changes that are going to be made. There are things that will be stripped away from us that we may have felt were stripped away prematurely, or that shouldn't have been stripped away at all. And I want to encourage you to know that these things are being stripped away for the betterment of the collective. Regardless of what it feels like, it's actually for the betterment. And we may not be able to see it. We may not be able to understand the thought process and the logic behind some of the structures that are being done away with. Because the 9 also is kind of shrouded in confusion and ambiguity, whereas you won't have clarity on all of the things that are happening or even where you may be going. But it requires trust. Not necessarily trust in people, but trust in the divine, the Elohim, the orchestrator. So, yes, this is a year, guys, where radical trust will be necessary. Now, that's from a universal perspective. We'll all feel a tinge of that. Your personal year will be felt even more profoundly. For instance, this year we were in a universal 8 year, but I felt my personal 9 year way more strongly. So for those of you who are interested, like I said, let me know down below if you want me to go through a breakdown of your personal years. But I wanted to get on here and tell y'all 2 things. 1, pay attention to the timeline that you want to happen in your life. Really monitor your timeline. And what I'm saying is treat your mind, treat your auric field, treat the things that you give your attention to the way you would treat TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you study these social media platforms, they really mimic the human brain. What do I mean? There's something called the reticular activating system, where when you focus on one thing, you continue to find it. For instance, if I get a new blue Malibu this year, all of a sudden when I drive on the road, I see blue Malibus. Like, where did they come from? I never saw blue Malibus before I got one. No, it's your reticular activating system that has familiarity with this. So now it's going to pick it out every time you see it and bring it to one's attention. That is the same way the social media works. It's also the same way our brains work. It's the way the universe works with us. So if you want a different life experience from what it is that you're currently having, I get it. Some things we can't control. And the 9 year for me this past year has been about surrender and serenity. God, there are some things I cannot change and I just need to be okay with it and really focus on the things that I can. And so this timeline of yours is something that you can change. When you begin to feed your thought process with things that you want to see, things that you're inviting into your auric field, into your lived experience, those things will come up more. So if you're playing your mind and you're like, okay, I'm about to get into some mess over here, some gossip over there, some shit over here, you know, versus I'm going to focus on finding harmony in my friendships, or I'm going to focus on harmony, I'm going to focus on spirituality, or I'm going to focus on wealth. I'm going to focus on traveling abroad or moving abroad or starting my own business. When you start to put those things into your mind, speak them into the universe, you are telling your brain, and you're also telling the universe that I'm ready to get into alignment with this, right? And when we bring it into alignment, when we bring it into our frequency, we are more readily available to accept it. So feed your timeline what you want. Feed your timeline, feed the universe the idea of your highest timeline, and watch what comes back to you. Because we're also entering an age of Aquarius. All right. And Aquarius is Aquarius fire? Aquarius is air. Aquarius is air. That is fast energy. That means that we're going to be experiencing a lot of changes happening in a very swift manner. The way that I packed up, went on my first solo travel trip, uprooted my life, repositioned myself to be able to travel, all of that really was manifested in like 3 months. The thing that kicked it off for me, because I work remote, the thing that kicked it off for me was landing that job, which was something I never even applied for. I manifested it. It took 3 months. Your manifestation may take 3 minutes. It may take 30 minutes. It may take 3 weeks. It's about tuning into the energy that's around us and not allowing what's outside of you and the chaos of all of the noise distract you from your conscious, what you want to feed into the universal conscious, and your community. Those 3 things are going to be so vital, right? So focus on your timeline. Know that your manifestations can happen very, very quickly. Feed the universal consciousness of life, what it is that you want to show up for you, and curate the community around you to reflect and encourage that. Those are things that I think would be extremely helpful. I was writing letters to my future self saying, I welcome you here. Come on in. I thank you for being here. I was already thanking God for what I wanted to happen as if it had already happened. Listening to Neville Goddard and the power of imagination. Our brains are remarkable. And the only reason why we don't experience what it is that we want in life at times is because we psych ourselves out to believe that we have to go through hell and high water to receive it. I'm here to tell you that you don't. I'm here to tell you that you can change the timeline of your life experience with one thought. So as you see me packing this mess, know that you could be next. You could be off to your trip abroad for the winter, just kind of getting away from things, or even your move abroad. Or maybe the timeline that you're jumping isn't a move, across the country, but maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's a new industry. Maybe it's just a new version of yourself. But y'all drop down in the comments and let me know as we go into this 9-year universally, what is it that you're willing to let go of that is no longer serving you? What are the new things that you're putting on your timeline that you want the universe to bring up into your life experience? And number 3, if you'd like for me to put on a video about personal year numbers and their breakdowns, let me know. I so appreciate each and every one of you beautiful ones. Y'all have a fantastic week. I am sending love. I am sending intention that everything that we want and desire is already here. We just have to align with it. Until next time, guys.